I work with a department focused on weird internet anomalies like this, and this has got to be the oddest case I've ever seen. It's been over a year and a half since the disappearance of David and Sammy, gone missing to some weird virus-infested game, but that's besides the point. At least, I hope it is. Anyways, I was called up to investigate a weird program found on the laptop of a father, due to the fact that he and his son were never seen for almost a month. Apparently, the father, Tyler, was into some oddball game called Tribal Hunter or whatever. Some weird furry inflation stuff. Freaky shit like that. I took the computer home and booted it up. It was mostly simple, basic background, barely any files on the thing. I scoped out the downloads folder expecting the same thing, but I saw only a single file, TH.ZIP. Looks like this is the thing, I told myself as I opened the folder and opened the exe. It opened up the same way it usually does, the little intro animation, that weird jiggly title screen. I started a new game as soon as it ended, but I was outside the options. The game was set to insane, the hardest difficulty, and for some reason couldn't be turned down any lower. Was this some sort of hard mod? I thought. I checked to see if there was a save file, hitting load game, but the game simply crashed. So I booted it up again and started a new game. The game was not really anything special. Think of it as Kirby mixed with Super Mario, with elements of possible furry or fetish related things. It was a normal playthrough up until the first boss fight, Boris. The boss fight was eerily easy. He barely put up much of a fight. I laid the final hit and he simply slumbered over to the edge of the arena, dropping down in defeat. I was left to watch as Munch, the main character, simply just approached and just started eating him, piece by piece. Not whole like the game usually does, like he was some kind of zombie. He stepped back and simply looked at the camera. The victory music played, but it was more drowsy and slow than it usually is. Text appeared on the screen stating, "The child's remains were found off the side of the road. The skull found a few days later. The father was questioned about this, but yielded zero evidence. He disappeared a few days later. Now no one will ever see either of them again, and it's all my fault." I tried to click off, but my mouse gets frozen. The camera slightly zooms in closer to his face, and he responds to me with, "Why are you trying to leave? You know she doesn't like runners, and neither do I." I start to take my notes. Could this be a possible relation to the past incident involving DDLC? I still question that to this day. The game window, and by extension the exe file, simply changes to Maori the Cannibal as the game returns to normal. I try to move him, but I can't. He just keeps standing there, and I let it sit there, hoping something would happen. I watched for a few minutes, and then realized something. His face is slowly melting. His skin falls right off his face as he pushes forward out of my control. He enters the main village hub world back at the start of the game, and before I knew it, he takes one of the torches and lights the whole place ablaze, causing panic and hysteria. I'm simply forced to watch as he tears through the whole population, killing and consuming anything that even dares enter his gaze. Once it's all said and done, I just hear his sick, twisted laughter, sounding more like a middle-aged man rather than his squeaky, banjo-kazooie sounding voice. The game simply crashes after that. I get up and toss the computer right out. When I enter back inside, there's a bloody drawing of Munch, along with a picture of the father and son. But the thing is, the father's face is just missing. Nothing but black. A note attached simply states, "I am hunger incarnate." I boot up my own computer, and it's all just filled with images of Munch and the game's folder itself. I sent my reports into the department, marking the end of my investigation. End log.